Lydia here. I'd like to share with you a little bit about inversions. Inversions are great for circulation. They can help reduce stress. They can help reduce inflammation. It's just a really great practice to involve into your daily life. I like to do an inversion after I take my dogs for a walk, after I've been working in the kitchen, walking around, or really just any time. So the first inversion that you all know is a forward fold. So just hinging at the hips, bending the knees, and you don't have to have straight knees. You can have them bent. Inversion is head below the heart. So whatever that means for you, just a gentle drop. Maybe finding the ground, finding connection with your legs. I like to inhale, halfway lift, to expand, and exhale, drop into it. Maybe hold for 5 to 10 breaths here. Inversions in a typical yoga practice are held for a little bit longer, just to help with circulation. The next inversion I'd like to share with you is child's pose. So some like to have child's pose with knees together. I prefer knees apart, big toes to touch. Send the seat back to the heels and hinge at the hips. All the way till you can find connection. And maybe here's where you stop. I like to find connection with the third eye to the hand or to the mat. Staying here for a few moments during a practice or just during a day is a good place to zero in on your body, on your mind, and on your breath. The next inversion is a seated forward fold. So legs out long, find your sit bones. Inhale, arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, I like to grab my hips, which reminds me to hinge at the hips rather than to arch the back forward. We want to hinge all the way at the hips until you can't hinge any further. And the last thing to come is your head. So then you can arch your back and drop the head. In a deep fold like this, I like to inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold all the way. And your knees can be bent. You don't have to come all the way down, but to drop the head and release pressure from the neck. Forward folds are a really good place to focus on your breath because you can really hear it in your body because you're kind of closed in. And one more for you. This one actually is my favorite one. It's called legs at the wall, and I'll show you the easiest way to get into it because otherwise you do a lot of caterpilling and scooting to the wall and it takes a little bit of time. So I send my hip right next to the wall so it's touching it. My hip's touching the wall, and then I lay down onto my back, feet follow, and just turn so that you're already at the wall. This is nice because it involves no effort, and it feels so good because I just worked an 8-hour shift. But the blood, now this, I like to call this sharing, because you're sharing the nutrients that get drained into your feet, into your knees, into your legs that can cause water retention, it can cause swelling, it can cause inflammation. This is my favorite one to do after I've been like working in the kitchen or on a run or on a walk because it doesn't require anything other than just hanging out. I like to take 10 breaths here. I also sometimes like to incorporate my hands too, because then you get that nice release of blood flow back into the arms. And for me, it's important that I focus on my breath. If you breathe and pause at the top and at the bottom, once you've expelled your breath, you can really feel the blood leaving the places where it may have been stagnant and flowing back into the places that it needs to be, like your heart, your head. And slowly, whenever you're ready, coming back down, out. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, guys.